Namaste. Good morning to one and all. I thank you for coming here today. I would like to present the launch of our new gold loan product, which we are launching in partnership with FinCare Small Finance Bank. True Value Gold Loans. Gold loans at competitive rate of interests and with the best gold valuation methodology in the country using international karatometers compared to the traditional methodology of testing gold using the touchstone methodology. As you are aware, over the last 20 months, we have worked really hard to get where we are today. We have expanded the presence of DRU GOLD to over 10 cities in the last 20 months with a presence of 20 branches, and we have already serviced more than 7,000 happy customers, from which we have 30% customers which have decided to transact with us more than once, which speaks a lot about the kind of service what we are giving to our customers. Moving forward, we would like to increase our presence and increase our reach to 3 more states within the next 2 years, which is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala, and also Maharashtra in the 3rd year. We would like to expand to about 50 branches, focusing mainly on tier 2 and tier 3 cities where a very large unorganized market exists, where a lot of customers are taken for granted and are not given the right value of their gold and are charged very high rates of interest. We are also happy to announce our partnership with FinCare Small Finance Bank, which is one of the leading banks in the space, which has a presence in about 19 states and union territories. We are hoping that with their presence in 19 states and union territories, we can use the help of the bank to expand our presence in those states in the years moving forward. DRU GOLD is a company which has always tried to give the best level of service to the customers by sticking to our values of trust, transparency and empathy as well. Thank you. Now I would like to hand the mic over to Mr. Pinak, who has recently joined us as the Chief Operating Officer. Mr. Pinak has an experience of over 20 years in the banking and financial services industry. Over to you.
Thank you. So I will touch upon PQ things, our focus areas for short term and medium term. So we would like to focus on building the distribution network, as Mr. Akhilesh talked about, increasing our branch by 50 more. So it's very important that we build a strong franchisee around to support this growth. That's first. Secondly, we would also like to invest heavily on the tech stack, because we believe in order to provide the required customer service that we are aspiring, it's important to have a very robust technology to support. And third thing, which is the most important thing, is that while we will be opening branches, 50 branches in next year to come, parallelly we are also exploring untapped market which is lesser penetrated for this industry, and this will be nationally and this will be other states as well. So these are the key 3 things we'll be focused on. In addition to that, on a continuous basis, obviously we will attract talent which would be best in class and also build the brand at the same time. Thank you.
So about that karatometer valuation, can you just brief it again?
So we're using German karatometers. So the industry norm as of now is people test the purity of gold on a touchstone, which is a black stone. You take the jewelry, you rub on it, and based on the color of gold which is there on the black stone, people come out with the purity of gold. Now color is something which is very subjective, and it is based on just opinion of an individual, which could vary from person to person and based on eye to eye. Whereas what we have adopted is a karatometer testing, in which we place the gold in the machine and the machine tells us the entire composition of the jewelry. How much gold is there in the jewelry, how much silver is there in the jewelry, and how much copper is there in the jewelry. With the use of these machines, it helps us to come to a exact valuation for the gold rather than just doing it based on opinion of individuals. So it is the most correct way of valuing gold in the country as of now.
So how is the present market going on and where do you stand basically?
So in terms of the gold loan market, if you see, the gold loan market is a market which has been growing at a rate of 15% year on year since the last 2 years, and with the rate of interest in the gold loan industry becoming lower year on year, people have become more receptive and have started going for gold loans, which was a thing which used to be looked down upon before compared to other things. People used to try to go for unsecured loans, people would try to go for car loans and home loans, but now people are more open with the idea of gold loans as well.
So do you think that low interest rates will be lead your business?
It would be a combination of many factors. Attractive and competitive interest rates would be one of the factors. In addition to that, offering customers a great experience at the branch level, giving them the best kind of service what we can give them, and valuing their gold using the correct technology and methodology of gold valuation is what will help us grow our business.
So how much you are charging as the interest?
So we have different packages starting from 13.99% up to 18%.
So compare with your competitor, most probably banks, they are charging 7.3% is the better price for gold loan. So you are charging more than double the market rate. So how you are going to be sustained?
The sustainability would come when it comes to the difference in the valuation methodology. Even if you see the major banks which are there right now, they are still valuing the gold using touchstone methodology, where even if you are paying a lower rate of interest, the value which you get for your gold, the loan which you get against your gold, would still be lesser compared to what you would get with DRU GOLD branches.
Okay, for 1 gram, so how much will one valuation?
Depending on the rate of gold, we would be giving a loan to value of 75%.
Okay, without half gram also, we will give the loan against?
So that is one advantage which is there with DRU GOLD. Usually most companies, since they are doing touchstone, and touchstone is an imperfect methodology of testing, they give the correct valuation of 75% only if the gold is hallmarked, which is different from what DRU GOLD does. At DRU GOLD, it does not matter if your gold is hallmarked or not. We would still give you 75% LTV because we have the machinery to value it and we are not dependent on the hallmarking which is present on the gold.
From 20 to 50, so how much you are going to be investing branch point of view and manpower kind of thing?
So in terms of expanding to 50 branches, we are expecting an investment of about 10 crores. And in terms of the team size, the number of people we require at the branch level would be about 150. And we plan to add about 50 people at our corporate office, which would take our total strength up to about 270 people by the end of the next financial year end.
Last 2 year onwards,
Yes.
last 20, after, pre-COVID to post-COVID. So how the situation of gold loans and, what about your margins and total business you've done so far?
So gold loans is something which we have just launched today as of now. As of now, we were into the gold monetization service. Over the past 20 months, we have been able to serve about 7,000 happy customers with 30% repeat customers coming back, which says a lot about our service. And in terms of volumes, we have already recycled and monetized more than 200 kgs of gold.
So this financial year are full year. So how much business you are anticipating in point of view growth?
In terms of the gold loans, we are projecting a disbursement of about 350 to 400 crores of gold loans, and we are projecting gold monetization of about 150 crores.
Yes, so we need to understand a couple of things before that. Firstly, the product that we are offering is market fit. So you raised a point about the rate of interest. We believe that a customer today visits a bank or an NBFC not purely because of interest rate, but for other reasons. One, which already shared by Mr. Agarwal, is the experience. I think the other is the nature of the product. So for example, we are offering a product which does not require a customer to pay loans on a periodic basis. It's a flexible repayment option that a customer can have. So that also gives him an opportunity to manage the liquidity very well. Now, these are the few key things which help us to drive the business and reach the numbers that we have already talked about. And this will be also a function of the branches that we have planned to open up.
So next year, targets, where do you stand?
So the numbers that we just now spoke is for the next financial year.
Okay.
I would just also like to highlight that most of you would be aware of that the market is still dominated by the unorganized sector, that's the pawnbrokers, etc., which is about 65% of the market. So we still have a huge potential while the industry is growing at a rate of about 15% in the last 3 to 5 years. However, I still believe that there is an immense possibility ahead of us, and I'm sure we are going to leverage that and grow at a faster rate.
How much big is this market, sir? Can we estimate this?
So in terms of the market study, as per a KPMG report which was done in 2019, the gold loan market is a 4,50,000 crore market size, which is 35% of the organized market. Now, if you validate that with 65% of the unorganized market, the estimated total market size is about 10 lakh crores for the gold loan market.
So still it is dominated.
It is dominated mostly by the unorganized sector. Hence, we are very optimistic that we would be able to penetrate into these markets at a very fast pace with our offerings of competitive interest rates, correct gold valuation, and great customer experience and journeys.
So completely, how many branches are there in Telangana and how they are performing right now?
So as of now, we have about 14 branches present in Telangana and we have about 6 branches present in Andhra. We have seen that the kind of traction what we are getting from tier 2 and tier 3 cities is much better, because that is where the larger unorganized market exists right now. And people are able to experience the difference when they are coming and transacting at any of the DRU GOLD branches compared to the traditional pawnbrokers which are there in those markets right now.